What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. And today, let's take a quick look at the new library from UJAM called Virtual Guitarist Sparkle 2. So this is the follow-up to their first Sparkle guitar library, and this is basically has not only kind of a revised interface and a new GUI, but also some new samples, a new approach to the library overall. And for me, it was definitely one that I wanted to get my hands on because I have a couple of guitar libraries in my arsenal, but not one that's really kind of cater to pop music, which I am planning on doing more next year. If you didn't see my recent community posts, I am planning on releasing another album, more in a slightly different style. So I could definitely see myself using this sort of library, and hopefully by the end of this first look, you will as well. And we'll also do a giveaway as well. So big thanks to UJAM for sending me a copy and also for providing a copy for one of our subscribers. So let's kind of dive in. Let me quickly show you just really simply how this works, and then you'll get a kind of an idea of how this is laid out. So first of all, at the very top, you get the different presets for the different sounds. So it's really nice that they've given us these different choices for genres, right? We have typical pop, and they've come up with some really cool names here. Indie alternative, funk, rock, electronic, and then pads. So that is the sound type of selection. And then for the playing style, the type of rhythms and stuff like that, you can click down here on the left, the style, and then they have these different phrases and different loops that have been recorded at these different BPMs. Of course, this library is tempo sync, so whatever your session is at, mine is at 150 right now, it's going to play in that BPM, but it just gives you that reference. So the one I have selected right now is called Just One Look. The sound itself is called Never Been Done Before, which it has been done before, but it's a cool name anyway. Let me just play a little bit here. And up in this, on the, this playable key range here on the right, you can see the actual notes that I'll be playing. Whether it's a single note, it plays a single pattern, and it's selected here in the blue key range in the middle. So this is the phrase that's playing. If I press this D2 here, you can hear the phrase completely changes, right? Let's try another one. So a slightly different pattern there. And you can also drag and drop MIDI-wise as well, which is really, really nice. You can see there. You can always go in and kind of edit it further. Now, if I want to add additional notes, I can do that. So if right now I'm just playing a C, so it's playing a typical C power chord. I can add an E. So now you get that major third, right? And then I'm going to add in a G for the full C major. And you get that full kind of C major voicing there. Let's play the C major chord up an octave. Or C, right? And you can hear the voicing is generally a little bit higher. Let's play a little bit lower on middle C. Right, so it's definitely down a couple octaves there. Let's do an inversion. You can hear the inversion, the voicing kind of switches up as well to correspond with the inversion that I'm kind of playing here. Now, it's not just basic triads. You can do seventh chords like dominant, diminished. So let's try. So we'll do C7. Let's do minor 7. Let's do F minor 7. B flat 7. And then E flat major 7. You can just, you gotta have fun with this, right? Let's try, yeah. D half diminished 7. Cardi third, back to the major 7. So it's really cool. So basically, you can switch chords on the fly, and you can switch patterns on the fly at the same time while the engine is playing your phrase. So again, let me just play a couple chords here, and I'll switch up these phrases a little bit. So So you can hear how the common phrases are naturally a lot simpler. They're basically just 8th notes or 16th notes, whereas the style phrases have a lot more rhythm attached to them. So actually, if we scroll in a little bit, we can kind of see the difference. Let's just take a quick look here. So if we just take a look, you can see that, yeah, so you can see this pattern here kind of has that kind of style that's playing there. I think it's a bunch of chords, whereas if we drag one of these common phrases, let's see, kind of similar in a way, but you can see there's a lot more more of a straight rhythm, like an 8th note sort of thing, right? Whereas here, there's a bit more variance. So let me try one more here. So C major chord, one of these style phrases. Right, you get a bit of that weight as well. Cool. Okay, so basically we've just been playing with this one pattern for now, and we've been in the chord mode, but if we switch it to the note chord and we want to come up with our own voicings, then this is the mode you would be using. So if I just play C, it's just going to play C, right? If I add in a G, adds in the G there in perfect time, add in a B flat, now we get the C7, let's add in a flat 9 there with a D flat. There's the F2 basically. Right, even those weird chords, right? So it's going to basically play back whatever notes you're playing there. So that gives you that extra flexibility. Let's just go back to chord mode. Maybe let's change up the style slightly. So let's speed up the BPM. Let's go to Hey You. Let's play a chord. There we go. This is a lot more percussive of a rhythm or of a style. Which makes sense because at 160 BPM, the music's gonna be going by pretty quickly, so you're not really gonna hear all those notes. Let's slow it down to maybe 101 here. Let's also maybe switch up the style. So let's go to funk, let's do cloud picking. So now you can see all these parameters here also change as well. The BPM I think also changed, but let's just see. Yeah, so totally different vibe there, right? So again, it's all at 150 BPM, but because the BPM here or the style is slower than 150, it sounds a little more full naturally because it's meant to be played in a slower tempo with more harmonic foundation, basically, right? So that's that. And then here, of course, you can tweak the different parameters relating to the sound itself. So you have amps over here, you have different character knobs, you have the pickup style. So maybe let's just play around with this a little bit. Let me just find a phrase that we can hear all the notes. Let's do this one over here. So we'll do an F major chord. Let's bring it back to the bridge. There's the neck. Okay, let's hear some of this character. It's a lot softer. Fatter, and then a bit more high in there with a twang. Of course, you can tune all the way up to 3 semitones up or down. Variant is like how much pick noise, how much human element you want in there. So the lower it is, the more robotic it sounds. The higher, the more messy it is in a way. Cool. And then here at the very bottom, or actually, let's take a look at the amps first. So if we wanted just a regular DI sound, CI signal, very clean. Let's go to clean. Bit more color there. Cream, a little fuller. Crunch definitely has that high end. A lot more sound there. Drive knob. How much width do we want? And that's the focus knob there. Cool. And then let's take a look at these couple of effects here. So these are, I think, what they call the pedals. These are all the different pedals you might have. So let's play around with this. Right now it's playing a chorus effect. Let's go with the booster. Ottawa. Lo-fi. How much of it do you want? You can tweak that. Resonance. Right, so lots of different options here. Okay, let's maybe go back to the chorus and now this is like for just general mixing. So what type of effects do you want? What type of ambience do you want? A lot simpler, this one. Some of these effects. That's cool. Yeah, so you can see that overall the options that they give us are quite varied, but it's not overwhelming to the point where you kind of get completely lost and you don't know what to do anymore. To be completely honest, the way I would probably use this library is to select one of these presets in terms of the sound. So I would probably shape the sound first. If I want a pop style, I'll probably choose one of these. So let's say new guitar. So I'm like, okay, I like the overall vibe of this sound. Then I would choose the style. What type of strumming or what type of rhythms do I kind of like? So I might choose one that's a little slower or recorded a little slower. And that gives me a lot more bite, a lot more rhythm there, right? And then I can choose between the different phrases themselves. So I would think of that in 3 steps. Basically select the sound, shape the sound in first. You can tweak that all here. Then select the style of strumming you want, the style of rhythms, all those different phrases. And then finally, you can choose the play mode as well, the type of voicings that you want. So do you want the engine to basically select those voicings for you, more open voicings, or do you want it to be completely exact to what you're playing? That's completely up to you. And then here, if you select open chords, it's going to select a pretty beautiful open chord sound. So if I play like a C major chord, you can hear there's that added 2 in there. Whereas if I turn it off, the voicing opens up a little bit, but it kind of lacks that added 2 in there. So there's a bit more beauty in the open chords in a way. This is the open chords for the F major chord. You can see I'm playing an inversion here. Yeah, it's basically one voicing per chord style there. But yeah, that's generally the idea. Very simple library, but really serves that poppy purpose that it's aimed for really, really well, in my opinion. Again, I could definitely see myself using this in the future, along with my other poppy libraries to create those soundscapes and those textures that I really need to give it that ear candy and that texture that a lot of pop songs really need to really stand out. So hopefully that kind of gives you a quick idea of what this library can do. Again, big thanks to UJAM. And again, for the giveaway, it's the same simple 3 rules. Number 1, just fill out the form below so I can basically contact you in a couple of days when the giveaway is over. I'll let you know who the winner is. And yes, that is rule number 1. Number 2, leave a comment below and let me know what you would use this library for. What is the main inspiration here for you, and why would you like this library? And finally, third and finally, just leave a like on this video. It always helps. I really appreciate it, and it definitely helps out the channel. So make sure you follow those 3 rules, and you'll be entered into the system to win a copy of this library. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you to UJAM, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.